Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another video. My name is Tom. Thank you for joining me. I wanted to record this video real quick. I've been on YouTube reading a lot of comments that you guys have been leaving me for the last few months, and I must say that some of them are really tugging at the strings of my heart, because I feel like, I've always felt like I'm not the only one that's going through a lot of hardship with GM and being without a car and whatnot. And some of you guys have been cruising right along with me with the same issues. And then, on the other hand, there have been people that have came and went through the process in a few months, which to me is kind of a kick in the head, but I get it. Some people have better luck with these processes than others, and I guess you just got to wake up and get to it and do what you got to do. So I wanted to, again, record this video because I came across an interesting little tool that might help those who don't have any information on their orders. So if you've gone through the process, you've gone to a dealership, placed your order and whatnot, you should have something that looks like this. This is a printout of GM Global Connect. This should have your preliminary order detail that basically lists out all of the specs of your vehicle across 2 pages. I don't think you could fit this on 1 page, even if you tried. So you should have at least this. And before I left, I made sure that they printed it out for me so that I would have something tangible to reference the order. Otherwise, you end up with something like this. This is what I used to actually go to the dealership with. I basically built the vehicle online, and then printed it out, and then I took it with me. But this only gives you, costs and, option costs, for Super Cruise, the Sun and Sound, and the floor mats or whatever if you order them. So it's good for that, but it's not good for anything else because it doesn't have an order number. It's not in their system. And also, as you guys know, that is not the car I ordered. So it's not even complete. So I had to take this to a dealership for them to put it into the Global Connect system. And using this, you can get some information out of it. Now, some of you might know this, others might not. So this is more geared towards the ones that don't know this. But you can actually create an account on Chevrolet.com if you haven't already done so. If you're a previous Bolt EV owner like myself, then you would have used that account to manage your OnStar and all that other stuff. You could also, you get points when you buy stuff. Like if you purchase a vehicle, you get a lot of points. And I actually used some of those points originally to buy, I guess, floor mats in the old car, in the old EV. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've, since I had to deal with it. But on that same system, there is a little virtual assistant, a chat bot, if you will, that GM has, where you can actually, you can go in and see what the status is of your order number. Now, you need 2 things for this system to function. You need your order detail number, which is the 6-character order detail that would have been printed out of the Global Connect system, or the 17-character VIN. And I say character because mine's letters, so my entire order number is letters, but I assume there could be numbers in it as well. So go down in the comments and let me know if some of your order numbers have digits in it. So then it's alphanumeric instead of just, alphabetical like mine is, with just letters. But please, to take this from a guy that doesn't read instructions very well. The whole concept of RTFM is beyond me. I'm an IT guy. That's kind of how we've all been bred to operate, without owner's manuals or whatever. But I feel the need to point this out because this is probably the silliest thing that I came across using this virtual assistant chatbot thing on their website. You need to say hi. You need to tell the bot hi and hit enter to activate it. If you don't say hi, it'll cut you off. It'll terminate the connection. As hysterical as that is, now that I think about it, it really made me upset because when I launched the chatbot, I would just say, in pure text, I would just say, hey, or without the hey, I would say, need status, order status for whatever my order number was, and then hit enter. And then it would just terminate it. It would cut it off. And it probably went like that 2 or 3 times. And I finally thought, God, maybe something's wrong with my browser. Maybe there's a network issue in my house, et cetera, et cetera. No, it actually turns out that I just didn't say hello or hi in this case. And that bothered me a lot because I reserve formalities for people I care about, my friends, my family, my loved ones. They all get hellos, how are you doing, et cetera, et cetera. But a chatbot for a company that doesn't seem to care about their customers one way or the other, I need to say hello or I need to say hi to activate it. Let's think about that for a minute. Okay, let's not think about that for a minute because I'm going to get upset about it. It's the little things that drive me up a wall. So be sure to say hi. After you say hi, you can go through and essentially type order status, enter. It'll ask you what the order number is or the VIN number. Put that in, and then it'll tell you what it knows. So here's what I got. I put it in. I don't have my computer set for screen recording, so I'm not even going to bother with it. I'm just going to read it off to you. I went through it. I put it in. It said, "Congratulations, your vehicle has been produced." It goes on to say that it is important to know that shipping arrangements will take place next, and your selling dealer is the best source for additional detail on that process. So the first sentence kind of bothers me because I've known for almost 90 days that the car was produced. The dealer told me that without my ever knowing about this. This is just something that, digging on the internet, I've kind of found some links to it. I know GM Authority used to do order lookups, but they suspended that. So I don't know if you guys had other means of getting order updates. If you do, go down below. I'll check them out. But this system seemed to just be bare minimal. The fact that it doesn't say, hey, your vehicle is scheduled to be shipped in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year. There's nothing here. The dealership actually knows this same information. In fact, I have a feeling they use the same back-end database for this. So the dealerships aren't going to know anything until the vehicle actually ships. And, from what I know, the last thing that the dealership told me was that there were problems getting VIN numbers into the database in order to effectively invoice the vehicle for shipping. So, and that was 10 days ago, maybe at the beginning of the month. So I'm not sure that this really helps anything, but I just thought, if you're like me and you're kind of desperate with regards to only having one vehicle and you really need to know when your next vehicle is going to arrive, I don't know if this will give you any additional information. Like, I don't know if during the build process, during the production process, this thing can give you more information. I don't know. Let me know. If you ordered a vehicle, run through this and see what it tells you. It might give you, I don't know, it might give you some codes or something. And there's actually a list of status codes that you can look up on GM's website that tell you what each build code actually means. So I'll see if I can put that down in a description for you guys. But anyway, if this was helpful, give it a thumbs up. If not, just let me know. But go down in the comments, leave me your thoughts, comments, concerns. I love reading them, and you know what? I will be honest with you and transparent. But in my case, misery always loves company. So I always feel I feel sympathetic to those who are kind of suffering along with me, and I will feel envy and jealousy to those that get through the process unscathed, or they order a brand new car and it shows up a few weeks later. And you know, I mean, it is what it is. I didn't choose this process by any means of the definition, but it is a process that I've kind of committed to at this point. I guess I could go back to GM and say, you know what, never mind. You guys are playing around too much. Just give me the money and I'll go someplace else. But I do feel the need to point out that a lot of dealerships all over the country, possibly the world, are now marking up the cars for literally the price of the tax rebates. I don't know if you've noticed, but a buddy of mine was looking at getting a used Bolt EV of just whatever year he could find, and the price tag that the dealers were putting out was literally between $5,000 and $8,000 more than what the car would have been worth a year ago. So that kind of gives you that indication that they're marking these cars up. And we know supplies are limited. We know that that's the law of supply and demand. If supply is low, then you mark up your goods so that way you can curb the spending spree. I guess that's the same way they're doing it with inflation. You raise the rates so that way people aren't going crazy buying homes and properties and whatever. So it doesn't seem to work by any means of the word. It just means that people are suffering more because people are spending because they need it. I'm not the kind of person that goes into a dealership and says, all right, give me 10 of those and 15 of those and maybe one of those because that one's cheap and I just want one of those. But the rest of them are great cars and I want 30 of them. I don't do that. I have a hard time affording two vehicles, and one of them's already almost paid off. I think there's another year or so to go on the payments. So I guess that's how consumers, get the short end of the stick. All right, guys. I think I'm going to leave that there. Go down in the comments, leave me your thoughts, and I'll be sure to update you guys on further progress on this. Let me know if you tried this little chatbot thing and if it gives you useful information. I went through it twice. I actually tried to record it, but it's kind of a weird system because it's off in the corner and you can only move it along the bottom. And computers don't play well with video resolutions in terms of scaling, so it didn't come out right. And so I just kind of gave up on it. I mean, I can kind of just maybe just turn the camera here. Let me make this full screen so you can see it. But that's essentially it. And there's the chat bot. That's it. That's their site. And all right, let me know. Until next time, as always, thank you very much for joining me, and we'll see what's next. Take care.